This week on Dean Partridge's Canadian Whitetail.
And there's One Eye, which is a pretty cool deer. He's been around for a few years. And I think it's his left eye is all buggered up. I look over, and there's old One Eye jumping the fence.
Some argue that the toughest job in the outdoor industry is being a cameraman, because you're always in the back seat, behind the camera, capturing everybody else's moment of success. But then there are others, like our very own Cameraman Ritchy, who would argue that it's the absolute best job in the outdoor industry, because he thrives on capturing those successes and doesn't feel like he's in the back seat, rather front and center, and lives to share in the adventure and the process as it happens, hunting these incredible animals. We're very fortunate to have an entire team that shares that common value, that it's about the deer and not the hunter. And it's the deer's story that we need to share. And this season, when time allowed, Cameraman Ritchy was able to get out and hunt for himself, to write his own chapter in the book that was the 2014 season of Canadian Whitetail.
A cameraman's job isn't just the hunts, just the high fives after success, but all season long, filming the entire journey and process. And just like with the up to 70 other setups that we may film in a fall, here Ritchy was filming the setup of a blind that little did he know he'd end up hunting himself.
We came in today to get this blind set up, and it's probably one of the toughest spots that we have to set up, just because there's not much for agricultural here and there's not a lot of channels. It's a lot of this low thorny brush that makes it kind of hard to set up a blind, because you usually end up bleeding from all the thorns. But they travel all over through here, and it's one of the spots that we really have to kind of rely on our ozonics, because it's hard to get your back against something that the deer don't want to go around. We got a little bit lucky this year because we've got a lot of water and a lot of flooding. So we got ourselves backed up against an area of this bush. It's actually, if you go in there, it's all flooded out. So that's going to keep the deer from wanting to travel behind us too much. But it's really a big flat of this low shrubby, thorny brush with little patches of timber and little sloughs around. We've still got about 5 weeks left of the season. So the blind's all finished now. It's brushed in as much as we need to brush it in so it fits the surrounding. Trail camera's up, and we've got some Big and J out. So it's a good spot that always produces mature bucks, and there's a couple deer that we've got trail camera pictures of since May this year that we want to get a closer look at this fall.
Even while setting this blind up in the summer, because of a busy filming schedule, it wouldn't be until mid-November that Ritchy would get a chance to hunt the big 9 that we had set up for.
Okay, well, I've been filming since September, a whole bunch of hunts, and it's been awesome. And now the boys are nice enough to let me hunt Big 9.
The Big 9, a deer that's been in the area for years, that all season long Ritchy kept asking about and hinting about if no one was going to hunt the deer, that he loved the bent brow tine and would like to try.
There we go. Should help. We're kind of in the middle of a big buckbrush thorny bunch, and the deer do occasionally come from behind, so mostly from that way, but gotta cover our bases. The new Excalibur Micro. This is the first time any of us have used it, which is a brand new bow just sent to us. Fired it a few times, got dialed right in. It's pretty cool. It's perfect for this blind kind of stuff because it's very small, compact, especially when you cock it. So I'm excited to try it.
All right, here we are. Opening day of the Saskatchewan late season. Tonight I have the luxury of being Ritchy's cameraman. It's kind of a switch. It's what happens when you get your deer early.
Those deserving are often rewarded, and shortly after being settled, it seemed like Ritchy's reward was coming express, as the Big 9 was the first deer to make an appearance. As Ritchy's big bent brow 9 comes to the fence and prepares to jump, which will give Ritchy a broadside shot, the Big 9 shows why he's been able to survive so many years. And noticing something's not right, he turns and leaves. A heartbreaking encounter for Ritchy on one of his few days to hunt.
A big, tall, mature nine came in, and he just kind of sat at the fence. It's rut, he's probably looking for does. No does here, so he just carried on. Or he didn't like something, I don't know, but it's a nice deer, he's deer. He's tall.
Oh, cool. That made the evening anyways.
Yeah, that was worth it, just seeing him. That was cool.
It's hard to be so close yet not get a shot opportunity, especially when you're like Ritchy and you've only got a couple days all fall to hunt. But if anybody, Ritchy knows that that's just how it goes, and he stays positive, hoping to get a break in his filming schedule and out to hunt for himself again soon.
Canadian. You're watching Dean Partridge's Canadian Whitetail, North America's premier wild whitetail show.
A couple of weeks later, Ritchy has another opportunity to get out and hunt for himself. And this time he heads to a new stand location, hoping for an encounter with a fantastic buck.
As Ritchy gets settled for the second day that he has available to hunt, it's easy to see the passion that he has for filming. As on one of the only days that he has off all fall, he chooses to still be in that blind in -30 temperatures, doing what he loves, appreciating nature, wildlife, and specifically white-tailed deer. Shortly into the evening, he's greeted with an encounter with a beautiful mature 8-point.
It's a pretty nice 8. But not one of the target deer. He's tall, he's nice. It's good to see.
It's definitely not all big racks and inches of antler. These fawns playing, as simple as it may be, are the moments that we love, that make the experience of hunting so incredible and so rewarding. It's hard to imagine that in just 5 or 6 years, these playful little fellows will be the mature, smart ghosts of the woods. As light fades on the prairies, Ritchy packs up, considering this cold day a very successful one.
Still with no luck and only a couple of days left in the season, good friend and team member Cam Sutherland offered Ritchy to go hunt a blind that he and Steve had set up just a couple of weeks earlier.
Well, I'm out with Cam today. We're gonna go set up a blind for him. He's got a fantastic 9-pointer coming in. He's got a big itching to have a look at him up close and personal. So we tromped around here in the bush, found lots of scrapes, lots of horn robs, lots of travel roads. We're gonna head over here and pop up a blind and see how it goes from here. All right, we're looking good. We just got her all set up, and Cam's just inside the blind right now, trimming out some brush and branches that are on the ground in there so it's not in the way of the feed. She's all brushed up, pretty much all ready to go.
The trick was that they had set up that blind for a deer that Cam was hunting and simply called One Eye.
Cam had watched One Eye for a couple of years now. He was a mainframe 9-point with long sweeping beams that had lost an eye years previous, and was definitely the dominant buck in the area.
Welcome to this week's Canadian Whitetail Scouting segment. Locate, learn, set up, hunt. Brought to you by Big & J Long Range Attractants. The aroma is super strong. The range is super long.
Here's a little trick I learned over the years. If you want to try to make your deer cross in a specific area, pull the staple from the top wire of the fence and just curl it down under the next one. It'll create a low point. Make sure you talk to the landowner first and get his permission and check to make sure that he's got no stock in here. and it's much easier for the deer to get over, and you'll see they'll naturally just come to this spot and cross. The only thing is, once you do this, make sure you put the staple back. I always leave the staple here on the top of the fence pole, and when I'm done hunting, tack the wire back up so you don't make your farmer mad or your landowner mad.
This week's Canadian Whitetail Scouting segment has been brought to you by Big & J Long Range Attractants.
With only 2 days left in the season, Cam picked his spot to hunt and let Ritchie hunt the other.
Cam and Ritchie in a game of Russian roulette with 2 blinds set up for One Eye, and only days left to hunt. Cam chooses his spot and graciously offers Ritchie the other to hunt for himself.
I just walked in, got those onyx set up. I'll get the crossbow set up here soon. It's actually a spot of Cam's. He's letting me hunt here, but we all kind of work together as a team. Nobody has specific spots, it's just where it works out kind of thing. Hunting a pretty cool old deer. He's been around for a few years, and I think it's his left eye is all buggered up. He's old, he's mature. It's minus 24, minus 37, 36 only with the wind chill. So it's chilly. But hey, there's only 2 days left in the season after this, so I'll take every chance I can get to hunt. Alright, better get settled in this time of year. You never know when they'll start moving.
We sat Ritchie over at the blind that we sat last night, so we've got this area covered pretty good, so hopefully if we don't see much, Ritchie does, or vice versa. So hopefully one of the two of us get a glimpse at a shooter buck tonight.
Back with Ritchie at his spot, well, fate was about to deal a hand, and it was a full house, as again, moments after getting in and settled, the first deer to appear is the target buck, One Eye. One Eye, stout, proud, and walking with a swagger that clears up any wonder if he's the boss of these woods. One Eye walks behind a tree just as Ritchie is about to shoot, leaving Ritchie to wonder if again he's about to be robbed of an opportunity. Another stroke of fate as One Eye turns to head back into the open.
Well, that was pretty awesome. I just came in here 10 minutes and just getting set up. I had this other camera going here, and I look over and there's old One Eye jumping the fence. He started scraping the branches. It was super cool. And he turned around, and first shot opportunity I had, I took him. I'm pretty sure I made a good shot. It was only 20 yards with the crossbow. The new micro. I had a few days to hunt this last week. Saw some great bucks. There's actually another buck that I almost took if you would have came across the fence. Tall, heavy one. And Cam said, why don't you try this place? And Cam and Steve are actually sitting about half a mile away. Actually hunting this deer too. It could go either way.
Got a text from Ritchie. He's in the spot that we sat last night. The first night he sits there, One Eye walks in at 4 o'clock. Ritchie owes me a nice Christmas present.
Well, I can follow the blood right up to the top of the hill. You can see it from here. Lots of blood. PX2s will do that, so head up there. There he is. Right on. That is my first whitetail with a crossbow. What a gorgeous deer. Oh yeah. This is an old one you can see here. I don't know what happened. It was like that last year too. Fighting for another buck, a branch, who knows, but it's kind of what made him unique. You can tell he's definitely old. He's got the old nose, a beat up ear. He's got great beams, really good mass. You know, he's just a great Canadian whitetail. This is what it's all about. It's cold, but when you get a chance to hunt deer like this, it's worth it. And I definitely want to thank the crew. My job is to be behind the camera filming these great deer, but I definitely won't complain. They let me hunt quite a bit, and it's definitely appreciated. Thanks.
Somebody got him.
Oh, no problem.
Let me hunt your deer.
Good job, Ritchie.
Thank you.
He came in on us on Saturday last weekend, and we got a look at him and filmed him a bit. That was the last we seen of him until now.
Richie's buying me supper.
Richie's buying us
I
supper,
gotta probably buy you both supper, yeah. Right on.
Sounds good to me.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Well, Cam picked what he felt was the better spot, and that turned out to be a lucky break for Ritchie. But in the end, that's the greatest part of working together as a team that's not selfish and is just happy to share the stories of these incredible deer. Whether it's one of us hunting or Cameraman Ritchy, in the end, everyone seems to get their turn. And after taking a couple of tremendous bucks in the last few years himself, Cam couldn't be happier for Cameraman Ritchy. And congratulations, Ritchie, on a fantastic and unique buck. Thanks for watching this week's Canadian Whitetail.
For exclusive content, follow Dean and the team on Facebook, as well as on Instagram and Twitter @WhitetailDean. For Canadian whitetail gear and apparel, visit CanadianHuntShop.com.